All right. Hello, Professor, and hello, class. My name is Alejandro Silva, and I'm going to be presenting our team's demo for virtual CSUF. Our team is Team 4, and I'm going to basically be presenting our version of the virtual campus. And so before we get started, let me go ahead and scale our avatar here. We want to make sure that he is a little bit larger just because the grass is sitting on him quite a bit here. Okay, there we go. Now, as I get started, I want to basically show or present to you the functionality of the demo, how the user will interact with our world that we've created for them, and basically how everything will function once our product is released. At the moment, I'm going to show you what is working. And so, first and foremost, you are going to notice that we spawn in at a specific spawn point. So we've created a spawn point for our users. We can go ahead and place it wherever we'd like, but at the moment, we've decided on placing it sort of on the furthest northern point of the campus, which I will go ahead and give you a tour in just a second. You'll also see in front of us we have two buttons. We've got one to our left and one to our right, which I've just highlighted. These buttons are basically going to be right now they're just set in place as dummy buttons just to make sure that we are testing the functionality for our location information and for our quizzing system. But these buttons will later on be placed in each location to serve the function of educating our avatar or our user on a specific location and then allowing them to take a quiz on said location. So to our left, you're going to see our first button is View Building Info. At the moment, we have some dummy information in place just to make sure that everything is working. So it's going to basically give them the title of the location. As you can see, it says McCarthy Hall, and then it's going to give them some sort of description or some sort of information that they can basically learn about. The user will be able to have the ability to exit that, and then they are going to be able to take a quiz. I want to go ahead and show that we have the ability to retake quizzes as well. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the first quiz, fail it, and then retake it and pass it. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and take this. We're going to select wrong answers only. Melissa McCarthy is a good one. And the third question, we're just going to say all the above. So you'll see 0 out of 3 correct. Passing requires a 66%. We're going to go ahead and exit there. And then we're gonna retake the quiz. So you'll see same quiz. What is the McCarthy Hall used for? General use for various subjects. Who's McCarthy Hall named after? Dr. Miles D. McCarthy. And the last one, what material does McCarthy Hall hold that other buildings do not have? And then we're gonna say radioactive material. 3 out of 3 correct, 100%, and now our total score is updated to 3. So our quizzes have the ability to evaluate the user's answers and then update their total score. So now let's go ahead and take our tour of what we have so far. So starting off on the northern, if you're familiar with campus, is the northeast section, which is our engineering and our computer science buildings. To our right, we have our computer science building. At the moment, we have sort of a placeholder building set in place. We wanted to make sure that we focused more on not only the placement of our locations, but making sure that we have sort of placeholders that we can later on modify. So everything is scalable at the moment. But we have our computer science building to our right, and then to our left, we have our engineering building. And so later on, we're going to have buttons set for both buildings to give the user the ability to learn about each building and then take a quiz. Now heading southwest of that, we are approaching our education classroom. You'll notice that we have directions for our buildings to kind of somewhat simulate how campus would, or the layout of campus would feel like. With this building, we have interactive doors, and the user has the ability to basically navigate inside the building. So later on, we're going to refine a lot of this, make it very interactive and up to scale, so that way it's a little bit more clean and it feels a little bit more realistic. So we're going to exit the education classroom. We're going to head south of that. And if you're familiar with the campus, you'll notice that we are approaching now our humanities building. Our humanities building at the moment is basically a skeleton building, but we have in place, when designing this, we wanted to make sure that we placed the walls and the doors in the correct areas. So if you're familiar with the humanities building, you'll know that at the back there's a little hallway that's open on the outside with an elevator. And then we are now approaching the double doors that will sit here. So these double doors, you can basically walk through. So this building will be enterable. And this will basically simulate the first floor of that building. Now, as we exit the humanities building, a little bit to the south, we put in what's going to be our Carl's Jr. building. Now, if you look at a campus map, it has Carl's Jr. listed on there. This is an extra location that we put in place, just a fun building. But yes, the user will be able to visit the Carl's Jr., read about Carl's Jr., take a quiz on Carl's Jr. For this building, we actually, instead of manufacturing it from scratch, we just used one of the preset artifacts that was in the Roblox game. And then lastly, we have our McCarthy building. So this is simulating our McCarthy building. If you're familiar with the McCarthy building, you know that there are 2 hallways that sit horizontally on the first floor of the building. And then as we approach the front of the building, there is basically like a tunneling system. And so, like I mentioned, a lot of these buildings are scalable, so we can basically shrink these walls or adjust the walls as needed if we need to add new rooms and whatnot. But you'll see the the tunnel in the middle is here, and at the moment we have some skeleton hallways that are accessible. They just have to be scaled correctly. So this will complete our demo at the moment, and basically moving forward, we plan on scaling everything correctly. Just refining a lot of these locations, cleaning it up, and making sure that our quizzing system and our building info is set in place for each location. At the moment, we have a total of 6 locations. McCarthy is 1, Carl's Jr. is the 2nd. We have the Humanities as the 3rd, EC, or the Education Classroom, as the 4th. We have the Engineering Building as the 5th, and then the 6th and final one is the Computer Science Building. So thank you so much.